Welcome back, everybody. I'm finally back home, and we're back out in the woods. So some of you guys have been asking about the ASV. The ASV is fixed. They're trying to fix one other small thing with the mulcher that's on it. There's an electrical issue with the door on the TMC, so they're fixing that right now. Hopefully we'll be getting that machine back early next week, and which is good because I got things lined up for it. We got things to do with that machine, so stay tuned for that. But today we're back out on another property, a different property, running this Komatsu. Now I'm hopeful that you guys are going to see a little bit of an upgrade with this machine, because I called Komatsu customer support and after speaking with them and the owner of this machine, they had the technician come out, and apparently on some of these excavators, now this is kind of brand dependent and model dependent, but on this particular Komatsu, they told me they were able to adjust the pressures on the auxiliary that sends flow to the head. A lot of people get caught up with how much hydraulic flow is being sent to a mulcher head. I'm going to get into the weeds a little bit here because this is important for you guys that are thinking about getting into mulching. A lot of people get caught up on the amount of flow that gets sent to the head. Now that's important because you got to match the motor that's in the particular mulcher, the hydraulic motor, to the flow of the machine. But pressure is where you get the torque, where you get when you're eating on a tree and you're not, you know, that head will just keep eating and eating and eating and not keep stalling out. That's the torque part of the mulcher. So one of the big differences, like in my ASV, it runs 4,200 psi of pressure. That gives it that recovery and that torque to be able to eat through that bigger material, compared to say like the John Deere 333G, which has 3,500 psi. So that 700 psi, 600 or 700 psi difference is a big difference when it comes to torque and recovery and the ability of the mulcher to push through and eat through bigger material. So I had them come out here and adjust it. I did ask him I called the product support guy. He doesn't know what they turned it up to. I ran it briefly through some small bushes, and it did seem like it was doing better than what it was before. It does seem like it's got a little bit more power, but you guys tell me what you see. So let me kind of explain what we're doing here, and I've never been on this property before, so it's a little bit different. I don't know how long we're going to be here because there's a lot to do, but we're going to come around over here today and maybe tomorrow and mess around. So let's see what we got. All right, so we're on this track here, and this is kind of like a triangle shape, but according to the survey that they sent me, there's basically like there's 10 acres here that they've cut out. That's like a conservation thing, and we can come in here and take out any of this underbrush we want. We just can't take out anything that's over basically 8 inches at chest height. So if it's 8 inches at chest height, or basically like probably 9 or 10 inches at the base, we can't touch it. But most of it's just small underbrushy stuff. I don't see a lot of mid-sized trees that we'd be taking out. It's a lot of cedars in here. I've never seen so many cedars before in a place in this area. It's a lot of cedars. So, but all this scrub, they don't care about none of that. So we got 10 acres here but some of it's not going to be able to be done. Like I can look at some of this, like I was tracking through here. This is part of it too. I don't know how much of that we're going to be able to go down in there, because these cedars are big and they are kind of jammed together in there. But I'm going to start right here. We'll walk down in here and just start opening all this up through here and make this look nice. We can go in about 160 yards is as far as we can go. It's 500 and some odd feet. So that's what we can kind of work with here, and that's what we got. So let's start clearing this and cleaning this up. we get started, I just want to take back all the, maybe not, well, they weren't, I wasn't mean, but I really didn't like this Komatsu for mulching. But now that they've turned this thing up, it's really not a bad machine. It's really not bad. Now, it's not a Cat 309, which has a dedicated auxiliary, or the New Holland E90 or whatever it is. It ain't one of those, but it's not bad. It's really not. They turned the pressure up on it, and I can tell a big difference. It's got probably 30%, maybe 40% more power. I mean, it really is kicking. And again, we didn't adjust the flow. The flow is the same. They just turned the pressure up. So what the pump is putting out pressure-wise, that's what we turned up. And it's making a huge difference in the recovery and the torque that this mulching head has. Big difference. And I wish that we had some bigger material here to show you guys that, but I mean, I can just hear it in the pump. Because before it would kind of lag really bad, and it was like trying to like push the head when it would spin back up. I mean, it just sounded really laggy and slow. And now this thing, you can hear that pump kicking in. It's just push and flow, hard flow to this mulching head. So I'm glad the Komatsu guys came out here and did that. They had to do it themselves to make sure they did it within spec of Komatsu and keep the machine within warranty and everything. So nothing, we didn't do anything that would harm the warranty or harm the machine according to them, because they did it all to, you know, Komatsu specs and all that stuff. So it shouldn't hurt anything. Knock some of this low hang down. Oh, these doggone cedar trees are awful. But a lot of people get caught up with flow when they look at a machine. Oh, it's got this much flow, this many gallons per minute. The big thing, a lot of things, you know, you need to look at with some of them is the pressure. Like what pressure is the machine putting out? And then the other thing is, can that pressure be adjusted? You know, you can, on some machines it can, like this one it can. Some, the manufacturer won't allow you to do that without messing with the warranty. So it depends on the machine, depends on the manufacturer. Some of them already come really good, like that Cat 309 or the that New Holland. You know, they come at like 4,000 or 4,200 PSI. I mean, they're already kicking out a good bit of pressure. You know, if you're at 4,000 PSI on one of these excavators, you're kicking butt. Like, that's awesome. I think this one was putting around somewhere, if I had to guess, I didn't talk to the technician, so I don't know what it was at or what they set it at. I'd like to find out, just so I can tell you guys. But if I had to guess, it was, because I know my Kubota puts out around 34 or 3,500. When I had my TMC head set up, they pressure tested it, and I know it was around 34 or 3,500. This one seemed like it was at like 3,000. Like, it was really low. So like before, oh yeah, man, you can just hear that thing eat, and then it just comes right back. Yeah, buddy. Whole new ball game with this mulcher on this machine now. Whole new ball game with what we can do and how efficient. I mean, I got a lot done today with this machine in here. Now, we're not mulching anything big. We're just knocking down this brush. But for an excavator to be clearing out, I mean, I got an acre done in here today easily, and I'm only working 6 hours today. I only got 6 hours in because I had to get over here and get the machine prepped, all that good stuff. Go pick up my gear from the office. Because I cleaned out my truck before I left to go to the expo. So I didn't get started till about 10:30. So I'll show you guys what we got done today. I'm super happy with the production. And I will give you guys my thoughts on having to do 10 acres with an excavator. There's a massive hole over here too. I gotta show you guys that. Somebody piled up a bunch of crap right here. This thing really wants to eat now. It really does want to chew through this material. The recovery is just so much better. The torque is so much better. I hope you guys can kind of see that. Yeah, you guys can see. Like an old pine tree fell right here is what it looks like. But there's a, let me show you guys this hole right here. We got a big old hole in the ground. I don't know what this is, but it is a massive hole in the ground. Before, when I would bog that thing down, I'd really have to sit there and wait for it to come back. Oh, I cut the button off. I'd really have to sit there and wait for it to come back. Now it's on point. I mean, I just bogged, that was dead stop. And before I had to sit. Now I can just, I mean, I can go right back to mulching. It's got enough power right there. Oh, doggone it, button. Of course, as soon as I want to do something, the button stops wanting to work. So much much better production out of the Komatsu now. Really happy with this machine. I don't know if we're gonna mulch this whole thing out right here, but I may just take the blade and push that crap off into that hole, because we're not doing anything with that. But yep, so much better on the well, I got something leaking a little bit of oil right there. We'll tighten that, but yeah, much better productivity out of the head now. All right, guys, here's the end result. It's got the machine parked up here, but you can see what I got done. So I got an acre done in here today. Yeah, this is about an acre. Really happy with the production. I only worked about 6 hours. So really happy with that. There's a big old hole. All right, couple things. One, there's this big hole in the ground right here. Don't know who dug that or where that come from. Big old whatchamacallit. And then this hill right here, a lot of concrete in it. You can see it right there. See those chunks? There's like old concrete all in this hill right here. Oh yeah, there's some of it right there. I don't know where this come from, but it's like in the ground. I don't know if it's when they built the highway over there, someone was just like, yeah, we'll just go dump this stuff over here. It looks older than that, but they could have, but it was all in this. I tried to kind of hike. That's why this kind of looks all kind of not great, because I didn't want to put the teeth really on the ground and tear the teeth up. I mean, it's not little kind. There's chunks of it right there, whole chunks of it. So I don't know where that come from, but obviously this whole mound right here is full of it. But I didn't find anything out in here, no trash, no nothing. But as soon as I got up into here, started hitting that concrete. So, but hopefully no more of that. The other thing is I don't know how long the owner's had this. I don't think he's had it too long, but someone's mulched this before. This conservation easement has been mulched before. I found chunks of wood back there, and I could see where a machine had turned around back there. So somebody has mulched this before, but this has probably been growing up for the last 5-6 years, something like that. It's about what it looks like. So is this ideal to do with a excavator? No, I mean, they want 10 acres done right here, but it can be done. It's not ideal, and it's not the most efficient thing, but it's cheaper for them to pay me an hourly rate plus fuel to come out here and run their machine than it is for me to bring the skid steer out here and run that and charge them my rate with the machine rate and the labor rate and all that stuff. Lot better off just using that. It's like kind of like mowing your front yard with a weed eater. I mean, you can do it, but just might take a little bit longer. But hey man, I mean, if we're not mulching anything big, just kind of knocking this lighter brushy stuff down. So I mean, for that, it's really not bad. If we were having to come in here and clear 10 acres and it was all these, you know, they were 6 or 8 inch trees, that'd be a bit different story. But if it's just a smaller brush and you're sweeping back and forth, knocking it down, grinding it up, it's fine. You can make pretty good progress in here with that. So yeah, an acre today in about 6 hours, so I can't complain with that. So yeah, so all right, yeah, really liking this thing since they turned up the pressure on it. Yeah, we got this thing rocking and rolling, so I'm really happy with it, and with what it's doing now. I don't know what they turn the pressures up to, but I can tell a big difference with the mulcher and what it's doing. So really happy with that. It's I take back all the things that I said about this machine not being great for mulching. Now that they've got it turned up, yeah, it's much better, much better. It's very productive. It's like I said, it's not a Cat 309 or maybe that New Holland 90, but it'll get the job done. It will get the job done, for sure. So pretty happy with it. Awesome. So, and it's a comfortable machine to sit in. AC blows cold, nice, a lot of leg room, and it's actually not a bad machine in the cab either. So all right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta walk all the way down the road and back out to my truck because the machine was up there at the hill and we're mulching way back here at the back end of the property. So I want to leave the machine here so I can drive down here tomorrow and just put fuel in it and everything like that. So I'm gonna walk back, and hopefully I don't get eaten by a bear, because I'm in the middle of bear. This is Bear Central in Horry County, South Carolina, right here where I'm at. So let's get out of here before it gets too dark. I'll catch you guys later. Bye everybody.